amazing humans, it's Amma here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you guys are doing great. As you can tell by this title, today's video is going to be about book recommendations, and I'm pretty excited about it because I have some really exciting books to recommend to you guys. So without further ado, let's dive right into the video.
Closed doors, I'm a fool for your love.
So how it will go, I will first show you guys the book and then give you guys a small resume of it, and then at the end my own review on it. A very short review, not really detailed, just an overview of it. So yeah, the first book on this list is one of my ultimate favorite read of this year, and a lot of book YouTubers actually know this book, and this book is Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Honestly speaking, this book was great. I literally finished it, I think, in 2 or 3 days. I couldn't even put it down. I was eating with this book. I was going everywhere with this book. Like, I couldn't put this book down. It's really good. So the story is set up in a futuristic society which is organized in the hierarchy. So a hierarchy is a system of organizing people into different ranks or social importance. And in this one, depending on your hair and eye colors, you are cast into a specific social status. So we have the red, the gold, the blue, the purple, and so on. But we already guessed, the golds are the one on top of society. In contrast, the reds are the one at the bottom of society and are living in really poor conditions. Our main character, Daryl, is part of the reds community, and after some circumstances, he ended up losing someone who was really dear to him. Following that, he decided to commit suicide, but thankfully for us and sadly for him, he failed. He got saved by a group of rebels, and from that, he decided to live for this person's dream, who was to change the way hierarchy was formed in the world. So he decided to infiltrate the gold community. By doing so, he went through a whole surgery and changed himself, his eyes, his hair, everything into gold. Honestly, this book is gold. That's pretty funny. Okay, read for me. It's good and was really good. I recommend you guys to read that. It is an adult science fiction, so I will give you guys a disclaimer. Not really a disclaimer, but there's a lot of fight going on, and this book this series, to be specific, not only the book but the series as a whole, gets darker and darker as you get into the story. But I think that in general it's pretty interesting, and if you are okay with dark things, this book might be really entertaining for you and you might have a good time reading it. Also, if you want to start reading science fiction books, this one is a beginner friendly in my opinion, and it will be really easy for you to get into science fiction in general. I almost forgot to showcase my collection because yes, but I'm planning on getting the other 3. I'm really excited about it. My pocket is going to hurt soon. The second book on this list is also a book series, and it is a trilogy. There is a 3rd one coming up in September. I can't wait to buy it. And it is Nothing But Bones by Rebecca Schaeffer. This book deserves, in my opinion, as much hype as the other book out there, because there's a bunch of books out there that are not even that good and are hyped by everyone, and this one deserves this hype, in my opinion. In this book, we are in a society which looks like ours. The only difference is that there's unnatural and natural people. The unnatural have capacities or characteristics that natural people do not have. For an example, there is Zanis. Those are unnatural in that book, and those people are feeding themselves with human hair. So we cannot live without eating your hair on an emotional level. This is pretty creepy. Our main character Nita is living with her mother. You are probably thinking, oh, this is just like a great family. No, a mother is a cycle. Honestly, they're all cycles. But okay, let me explain it in detail. So Nita is an unnatural, and her mother and unnatural people kill them, bring them home, and Nita dissect them. Pretty. And sell their body parts on the internet. Her mother does that. we can tell by this first sentence that those two are not quite alright. But anyway, so one day a mother decided to upgrade and brought home a human guy alive. Nita wasn't keen of killing him and selling his body parts on the internet because he was alive. So she decided to help him escape. But after some circumstances, she ended up getting kidnapped and sent on an island only for a natural being. So on that island, in that part of the world, they are only selling a natural bodies. So it's dedicated for them. There's not any other civilization. It's only black market sellers and body parts. My review on this is actually pretty good. I did like this book. This book is interesting because the main characters are great characters. So we already know that they do not have good morals. But at the end of the day, in a way, we end up rooting for them and their choices. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend to anyone to choose the right choices. Let me clear on that. The characters are also easy to get attached to. I personally got attached to the second character, COVID. A fun fact about this series is that there's an adaptation of this book, the first book for now, on the app Webtoon, which is an app for comics where you can read comics and so on. Another fact is that the titles of the trilogy make up one sentence. So the third book title is When Villains Raise. The second book is Only Ashes Remains, and the first book is Not Even Bones. And when you put all of those three together, you get When Villains Raise, Only Ashes Remain, Not Even Bones. And I think it was pretty interesting and really smart from the author. Trust me, talking is a sport. Like, my cheeks are hurting. And I've been here for 1 hour now. The last book recommendation I have for you guys is not least one of my favorite also, and the storyline is so good. You will cry when reading this book. It is The Birds and the Blades. I do not have a physical copy of this book, but I do plan on getting one. This book is a retelling of an opera called Turandot, and I forgot the name of the author because it's pretty hard to pronounce. I will write it here or there, whatever. In the opera, Turandot is a princess who does not want to get married. So she put in place this world competition where the princes have to take readers if they want to marry her. She is known as a really smart and beautiful girl, so her readers are pretty difficult. The author decided to not take Turandot as the main character, but she took a slave instead. The slave is living in a kingdom where she lost her whole family. But sadly, the kingdom also gets attacked, and she is finding herself running away and looking for solution with the kingdom's prince and the king. So all three of them are going on a journey because the prince wants to get back his royalty and to get back in society, and his only option is to go and try out Turandot readers. So we are going to follow them through this world journey and all the things we are going to go through. My review on this book is pretty good, and I didn't say for the other book, but I will say for this one. And this book deserves 5 out of 5 stars for me. In my opinion, this book deserves it. The writing was beautiful. Its writing is a poetic one in my opinion. There's a lot of readers in it. There's a lot of poems, and it's so beautifully written. We even fall in love with the author writing. My favorite parts of the book are by far the 2 last chapters. I cried. It's a bittersweet ending, but it was so good. I want to clap and to just like give a trophy to the author because that was beautiful. I recommend you guys this book if you want to have a cheap reading time and just sit down with a cup of coffee or something. It is a pretty small book, so you can finish it in 1 day. I will recommend it to everyone. Please read that book and give this book as much love as you can. This is the end of my video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And most importantly, do not forget to ring that bell to get notified as soon as I post a new video. And And yeah, have a blessed day, night, afternoon, depending on where you are living, and bye.